So if you watched to the end of the last video, the video with the fidget board, I said I was going to tear the floor out, the cargo area floor, and then wipe it all down with cleaner, right? As opposed to like taking it to the car wash or something. As you can see, there's been developments. I ended up removing both seats and tearing out the floor up here because I figure if I'm gonna do it, I may as well clean the whole darn thing. Plus, the spark plugs need to get done anyway, and in order to access them, as far as I know, we access the engine bay from in here. So with the seats out, we're gonna have, it's an ideal situation. There's be no point in putting it all back together just to take it all apart again in a few days when I wanna do the spark plugs. You don't have to take the floor out, obviously, to do the spark plugs, but I've heard that at least the passenger seat is beneficial. So I've got both out, so I should have no problem. It just depends on how awkward it is to get to the actual plugs once I expose the engine. Yikes! Okay, so that was super fun and easy. No. Now I see why it costs $275 in labor to do these spark plugs. But anyway, I don't know, yeah, I'll do it from this side. See if we can see them better. So I took one off. There's a spark plug right there. You can see it. Problem is, it's 8, right? It's a V8. So 1, 2, 3, and then you probably can't see it, but back there, ooh, where's my camera? Right, every time. Where's my finger? There, it's 4. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get a socket in there to get this son of a bitch out. And if I can't, that means I gotta jack it up and take the tires off and come in from the wheel wells. It's all good. Regular maintenance. Yikes. Okay, so I was able to get all of them out on the passenger side so far without taking the wheel off, but it took some doing. That probably took, I don't know, about an hour without the proper gear to do all this, but got it done. Got a little sketchy on that back one. All right, 1, 2, 3, and this one was just a right bugger. So I ain't gonna film the, I'm not gonna film the driver's side. I'm just gonna go at it hard and see if I can get this done in like 20 minutes or something. I don't have a lot of faith in that. Nope. I am defeated for today. I got 6 of the 8 spark plugs changed. The last 2 on the driver's side, there's no way I can get it from inside. So tomorrow we'll jack up the front end, take off that driver's side tire, and rip out some of the wheel well, and hopefully we can get to it. Van's in a little bit of a state of disarray right now. It's a little nerve-wracking. I'll see you tomorrow. Happy St. Patrick's Day. It is a very nice balmy, like 2 degrees Celsius out here. So figured I'd celebrate trading the old ball cap for this lovely green chapeau. So this is day 2 of trying to get those spark plugs out of there, and then we're gonna do the brakes as well. Whether we get to all of that today, that remains to be seen. Because right now I've got all my jacks and jack stands ready to go. We'll see if we can get this guy up. This will be the biggest vehicle I've ever worked on. The only thing before this was a Ram 1500 when I fixed it for a certain somebody. So yeah, we're gonna jack her up, get the tires off, and see if we get easier access to those spark plugs. That's the plan. Hope you're all wearing green. Otherwise, pinch yourselves. Okay, still not feeling 100% confident about this, but this stuff always makes me nervous, and I'm sure it's fine. I wanted to jack it up, take both the driver's and the passenger wheel off at the same time, and put those jack stands underneath it. But I don't have a high enough jack for those jack stands to be viable. I just don't, and I don't see the point in spending the money on a jack like that right now. So I've got it braced by that floor jack and then the 12-pound hydraulic jack. I don't know if you can see that. He's holding it underneath the lower control arm there. And I'm just gonna do one tire at a time and then lower this side and then do the other side. We really just need to get the driver's tire off today so we can get at the spark plugs anyway. So that's the new plan. Let's see how this works. Oh yeah. What the hell was that? Oh. That just fell out. So I don't know if you can see this because I'm not using this in selfie mode right now. But that thing is what was up underneath from the bottom of the floor holding in the bulkhead. Smacked the tire and that just fell out. At least it wasn't anything important. Yikes. Holy shoot, that is a heavy duty everything. So this is gonna be real fun. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I took the tire off. This fell out with it. Yeah, that's a tip of a spark plug. And that's the, where is it? It's right there. So that's would be the 7th one I have to do. And then the 8th one is kind of tucked back. Oh yeah, it's so hard to see. Zoom it out. Right in there. So first challenge is making sure we can get that busted ass spark plug out. Because if we can't, van's gonna have to get towed. So let's see. Oh buddy. I'm gonna ahead of myself, but so far this is way easier than doing it on the inside. I mean easier once we got to this point. Yeah, there it is. They're not supposed to do that. I'm just gonna put that out there. Okay, so they're all in. I kind of want to start it up just to see. It's like a sick curiosity. The tire's still off. I can't actually get in here. Just gonna make sure I got all the ignition wires back on. I also just realized that by the time this video goes live, it will no longer be St. Patrick's Day, so don't pinch yourself. That would be weird. It's probably like Memorial Day or something. All right. Van's gonna explode. I don't think that can happen from spark plugs. Somebody's gonna be like, well, actually it could if this happened. True story. Oh boy. All right, let's see. No weird noises? No check engine light yet? Might have had great success. 8 spark plugs changed in a Chevy Express. Never thought I'd have to take a tire off to change spark plugs. And next time I do it, now that I know how to jack this vehicle up, even if I have to do one tire at a time, let me just turn that off. I will be doing the passenger side that way as well, because yesterday just stressed me out to no end. Man, it's so dirty in here still. Ugh. Whatever, we'll get to that. Let's take a look at these brakes. So I'm 100% sure I will have to stop at one point and look up a YouTube video on how to do this all correctly. I've only really taken brakes apart once, again on somebody's truck. It is pretty straightforward. I don't know if you can see. To get this is the caliper, this is the caliper bracket. In order to get this off, I'm pretty sure it's just a bolt here and a bolt there. And then this should come off. And I'll have to take the bracket off individually in order to get the rotor off. Okay, so success finally with those bolts. I was able to get the bottom one off fairly no problem. The top one, I figured, hey, turn the damn wheel. That's what gave me the leverage in order to get this bolt to come out. Yikes. But now we're gonna try and get the caliper off, get the pads out. Slowly but surely. Yikes. Not so bad. All things considered. Oh yeah. Alright. Okay. Only problem is, I need to be able to push those pistons back in. I don't know if they're broken. Dean did say they were seizing. Hopefully I can clean them and push them back in, except the problem is, I wasn't even thinking, this was the brake tool that I bought the other day at Canadian Tire, just impulse, like, oh, I'm gonna do my brakes, I'm gonna need that to collapse the pistons. This is clearly for like a Honda Civic or something. There's no way this tool is working with this caliper. So I was gonna go to Canadian Tire and see if I could find a bigger version of that cheap tool that I showed you, but it turns out I remembered how you're supposed to use it, which is like this. So I've got the old brake pads in here, and it's pressing the pistons in. It's just a moment. It's been a while since I've wrenched on a car. I had a new truck, which was just totally spoiled me. Anyway, continuing on. These are nasty. I guess we'll see how the rotors and pads work and make that call there. Yikes, that's so gross. Okay. Just a little minute from the time lapse here. So originals, right, and the new ones. So you guys had a good comparison. Can I do that? Yeah, I think it's time they needed to be changed. But that's one. See this one? Yeah. So there's the new brake hardware on there. That looks pretty good. Hopefully the caliper goes on. I think I got the brakes squished down enough, but once you get it all off, it's quite easy to just go, go, go. The nice thing about this impact wrench is it's got 4 settings. Let's see if the lights light up here. Yeah, so there's like 1, slow. 2, a little faster, right? I'm not gonna do 3, it obviously goes faster. But then this 4th one is auto, and it just senses what it needs to do, and it'll ratchet up the power if it needs to. And then when it gets tight enough and has enough kickback, it just shuts off. So there's no like worry about over ratcheting with this thing. I thought that was pretty cool. That's one set of brakes, man. Now that I've kind of figured this all out, the second shide should be much quicker. Ooh, that's the wrong way. I will be looking up the proper foot-pounds for the actual lug nuts at the very least, because my brake flies off. I've got 3 other brakes. I mean, I guess if my tire flew off, I've got 3 other tires, but it's way worse when one tire falls off. Just ask somebody whose truck I worked on. It's my little brother. I might call it a break here. This side's being a little bit more difficult. It just broke this socket. Time to go buy a 21mm impact socket, I guess. Okay, had to take a little break, got changed. Everything's still jacked up. There's not much else I can do right now. I gotta go get that new socket because it's a 21mm bolt and I don't have a 21mm socket. So we're gonna leave it jacked up like that for now. But another reason that I'm not going there immediately is because the podiatrist just called. They had a cancellation. So I'm going in to see him. So hopefully he can sort me out because my big toe looks like it cheated on its nail and the nail hasn't let it hear the end of it in like 5 years. So hopefully he can sort that out. And then we'll be back in business.